This conference will now be recorded.
So we were discussing about sorting, sir.
Okay, we were discussing about the sorting. After that,
Yeah.
due to issue, we are not able to cover. Okay, no issue.
Yes, sir.
Yeah, thanks, Rashmi. So good afternoon, everyone. Let's start the session. And first of all, we'll cover whatever we have left with. Then after, if we'll get time, then we'll start the today's agenda. Although in this fourth day, we had to cover the pie chart, we had to cover the lookup function as well as the pivot table, but no issue. We will continue and let's start. So, uh, if you see, yesterday we were discussing about some basic rules that we can discuss in the Excel, and we had discussed the rules were like and if, count if, like that. Then after we were into the sorting part, and so let me show you. Suppose that this is the Excel file where we are working. And here, as I was we were discussing later on that either we can do sorting in ascending order or we can do sorting in descending order. The sorting can be done on the text data as well as the sorting can be done on the numerical data. So whenever you have to perform sorting, first of all, you have to select the data that you want to sort. So for example, this is the text data that I want to sort. So I'll just select all the data that I have to sort. Then after, you can see here, there's a menu of the sort and filter. We'll have to click here. After clicking on this, yeah, when we are clicking here, you can see that we have the option of the A to Z or the Z to A. Okay, so what we did, we just clicked on the sort A to Z. So you can see that the data that we are seeing here, it is sorted into the ascending order alphabetically. So all those words which are coming, so you can see that all the words of alphabet B, they are coming first because we don't have any words which are starting with the alphabet A. But yes, as per the alphabetical order, we are seeing here the text data. You can see that at the last we are having the data which is starting with the W, that is Weigel. Otherwise, so this is sorted into the ascending order. And not only this ascending order, even you can sort it out with the descending order also. So let me click on this Z2A. So now you can see that it has started in descending order. Means the alphabetically it is starting with the Z2A. So the last alphabet that we are seeing here, it's a W in this as per this data. Okay, so this is first thing we came to know that we can either sort the data, the text or the number. Second, we can sort either in ascending order or in the descending order. Third thing is that either we can sort within the column or we can expand the section, that we'll see later on. Okay, so now let's come to this number. Now here you can see that the number are in the meshed form because you cannot decide the particular position of a number. And whenever you'll have to search a number, then you'll have to look into all the places. And suppose if it was in the sorted manner, then obviously suppose let me sort it first. So suppose that I have sorted it in the ascending order. Then if somebody has to find out the whether this distribution is containing 450 or not. So you know that since it is starting with the 195 and ending to the 534, so obviously somewhere your 450 will be, you know, beyond the after the first half. So you will not have to look in. You will not have to looking starting with the position 2. You will somewhere be looking after the 11 or 12. So in this way, whenever you will have the sorted data, the searching becomes easier. Since the searching becomes easier, that means operating the or doing analysis becomes easier. Okay. Now, if you have to sort more than one column, okay. For example, say that this is the column where we have more than one column. Now, if you have to sort it out, then you have to decide that with respect to which column you have to sort the entire table. For example, I want to sort the table on the basis of the count, or say I want to sort the data on the basis of the type. So what I'll do, I'll just select this type column. We'll click on this sort and filter, click on sort A to Z. You can see that here we have the option of either expand the section, a selection, or continue with the current selection. When you'll be clicking on the continue with the current selection, you will be particular to this type 1 column. But if you want to sort all the entire table with respect to this type 1, then you just have to select this expand the selection. Let's click on the sort. Now you can see that the entire table has been sorted with respect to this type 1. All right. So this is called as whenever you have to sort the entire table. But again, keep in mind that the entire table will be sorted with respect to any particular column. In this case, we have sorted out with respect to the type 1. Okay. So this is how actually we do sorting in our Excel table. Then after sorting, we had the filter. So let's start this filter. Still here, any questions so far?
No, sir.
Okay. And how my voice is coming now?
Good.
Yeah,
Perfect.
it's fine, sir.
Okay, thank you.
I have a question here.
Yeah.
For example, I have two columns. First column is is for name, and the second column is for last name. So in that case, what I have to do is I have to sort the first column with respect to name, and the second column on top of first sorting, I need to sort the second column. Like if you
Sorry,
have a okay,
you have the name
so
and last name. You have the first name and the last name. You want to sort the table. Okay.
yeah, yes.
Mhm. Then
Yeah, how can I do that? I mean, first
yeah.
column I have a first name, second
Mhm.
column I have a last name. So first I
Mhm.
need to sort the data with respect to first column, that is name. On top
Mhm.
of the sorting with respect to name, I need to
Your voice,
sort the table with respect to last name also. Hello?
your voice is not coming properly. Means first of all, you want to sort the data with respect to first name, isn't?
Yes.
Uh, that is not an issue. Both will be coming together. Let me tell you. See, for example, you have Upendra Tiwari, Rashmi, I'm not sure. Let's say Singh, Manas, Pandey, for example. Okay. Now, if you want to sort it out, okay. So this is the first name. This is the last name. Let me select it. Can you see both are coming together?
That is fine. Like for example, if we have two Upendra, in that case, how it work? So for example, we have Upendra Tiwari here, and if I have
Actually,
Upendra Singh, so
so see, basically what happens, you are clicking on the expand selection, no? So see, the first, this column will be sorted, and all the row, all the column which were associated to this A, means you can see that the column that is associated to this A is B. So say that you are sorting the A column. So at the particular row, whichever column is associated, they all will go together with respect to those columns. So that will not be an issue. Let me show you again. Suppose we have again Upendra Singh. Okay. So basically we are sorting with respect to this column, but this column that does not mean that this column will also be get sorted. Will be going. Let me. Otherwise, entire data will be mashed up, and there will be no word to analyze them. Column associated to this column, they will be moving as it is. It is not going to be happen that all the column will get sorted. No, this column was being sorted, and these columns were being associated with this column, so they will be moving as it is. I hope I have answered your question, isn't?
yeah. But what I was asking is like, for example, we sorted using first name, right? Like for example, what I want is like the same thing. First, I need Upendra Singh, and after that, I need Upendra Tiwari. So I need to sort the second row also, second column also, on top of this sorting. Is that possible, or is that?
I'll have to look into this. Actually, what you're saying, I'm not getting there. Do one thing. You just try with your, and if you stuck anywhere, please let me know. What comment? Okay. So after this,
Sure.
Okay. Thank you. But I appreciate your involvement, because I always want that my class should be interactive. Okay. After that, once you have done sorting, you know that in your agenda we have the another part that is called as filter. Filter means, again we were discussing yesterday. Can anyone tell me what is filter? Everybody, please tell me what is filter.
Filter is when you want to sort something that exactly you want. So you don't need to check each and everything. Just the specific thing what you required. That is known as filter.
Yeah, that means
Then
you
we
want.
can say that
Yeah,
we
yeah,
can
please
get
go
a
ahead.
sample using a filter.
Good.
We can get like we can select a range from filter.
You can select a range from the filter, and you can hide
Yes,
the
sir.
other.
Like when the whole data is given, a particular sample can be selected using the filter.
Yeah, that means everybody is saying the correct version. Means we can show the portion of the data, we can show the sample of it, and the remaining part we will hide, isn't it? So for example, say that we have this total, isn't, or we are just trying to show certain values of total, not the all. Okay, so if you have to apply the filter, first of all you have to decide how you can apply filter. So just select the columns. Okay, not just select the range, entire range. Okay, now click on this filter. So you can see that you have this drop down option. Now suppose that I want to see only those those data where the total is less than 300. Okay, we will be selecting only, we'll be showing only those data which where the total is less than 300. So what we will do, we'll just click on this drop down, and you see that here we have the tick mark on all the values. And what I'm saying that we will be selecting only those values which are having less than 300. So you know that this is less than 300, this is less than this one is not less than 300. We'll just hide this tick mark. This one, this one, this one, this one. Okay. Okay. So you can see that we are seeing only those data where the total is less than 300. Okay, guys, I'm sorry, I forgot. Give me only 1 minute. I'll share the table right now. I'll share the Excel sheet right now so that you can also practice along with me. Give me 1 minute only. Everyone, I have shared the Excel sheet in the group. So please inform.
Yes,
Did you get it?
Yes, sir. It has been
Okay.
shared in the group.
Okay, so do one thing. You also apply one filter by opening the Excel sheet, and will be whatever we'll be seeing here will be working parallelly, and then we'll move on. Okay. So here you have just applied the filter. Now, if you don't want this filter, your work is over now. You don't want this filter data. You just go again and click on this sort and filter. Here you can see the filter option is there. Click on this. You will get your uh, original data. Original means you'll get your all data. The filter is off. Okay, so everyone just do one thing. You apply filter where type is equals to grass. So you have or do one thing. You just have to show all the data where type equals to bug. It is done, everyone? Please respond in chat. Is it done? I have shared my screen. Is it visible to you all?
Yes, sir.
Okay. So is it done now? Filtering. So suppose you want to work on the type 1. So again, just select the range. Yeah. Click on the menu, click on the filter, and as per my requirement, I want the data only related to bug. So I'll just remove all the tick, click on the bug only. Okay. So you can see that we have the data all related to the bug only. So in this way, we actually apply the filter. All right. After filter, we have the chart. Okay. We have the chart. So before discussing this chart, can anyone tell me what is the advantage or what is the application of the chart? Why do we use this chart? We
Real
have
data
already.
in real time.
Yeah.
Very quick way
Sorry.
to see the data stats in a very short time. That is the basic purpose of bar chart and all these charts. But the clear insights.
Oh, yeah. See, basically,
Try to communicate the data
mhm,
graphically.
to communicate the data graphically. Why?
Yeah.
Why you want to communicate
Because
data through?
we have different we have different criterias for each each row we have different criterias. So in order to represent those criteria properly, we use charts.
You can use filter also.
Yes, we
It's like
can.
when we have n number of data with us, and to represent those n number of data in in one page only, so we can represent those data in the form of charts with different colors and with different bars, all those things.
Yes, sir. But like charts will make us know the comparison easily. In filters, the comparison is not adequately seen. We just see the data, whatever we want. But the difference and comparison can be done easily using a chart.
Yeah, everything is right. One thing I'll add here. See, it is not. It will not be happening, or it is not necessary, or it is not. It will not be must that the person to whom you are showing your data, he is statistically sound. It is not necessary. So just to explain him whatever you have come up with, whatever you have done, showing with graph will make more sense rather than showing the table or the data. And even our human mind is also much comfortable with the colors and the chart and graphs in comparison to the particular data. It is really very tough to remember the data in comparison to the graphs or the chart. Okay, so this is why we actually try to visualize our data so that the data which were represented statistically, we can show them graphically so that anybody could understood that what has happened. Even he's the man of the statistic or not, it does not matter. Still, he or she will be able to visualize the thing or to understand the things. Okay. So I can say that basically these charts are the visual representation of your data, and obviously whenever you'll be using the chart, the understandability of your data will become more, and so that any person will be looking into data or looking into chart, he or she will be easily understanding the things that is happening. Okay, so suppose that this is the number that we have, and if I talk about the chart, then usually we have the pie chart. Just wait. Yeah. So basically, when we talk about this chart, then in this chart you have the pie chart and you have the column chart and you have the line chart. Okay, before discussing this, let me tell you one more thing. Whenever you have the data visualization or you want to represent the data with your graph, first of all, you have to decide whether you want to do univariate or bivariate or multivariate. Okay, can anyone tell me what is this univariate, bivariate, and multivariate? Suppose you want to visualize the data of one column only. If you want to visualize the data of one column only, then you are somewhere into the univariate analysis. When you want to do comparison between two columns, then you are into the bivariate. Okay, and when you are using more than two columns for showing them through a graph or the chart, that means you're doing the multivariate visualization. So before seeing the data through a graph, you have to decide that are you going for the univariate or bivariate or the multivariate. Then along to that or with respect to that, you have list of charts or list of graph. Okay, for example, this pie chart, this column chart. So these are the univariate. Pie chart is univariate, column chart is univariate. So you have to decide that which kind of visualization you have to do, and then you should have the list of chart that which are appropriate for doing univariate or doing bivariate or doing multivariate. Second thing, there are certain graphs which are being used for the univariate as well as the bivariate. So you cannot say that this is the chart that is working for both. But yes, particularly if I talk about, then I can say that this pie chart, which is used for the univariate only. Histogram is the univariate only. Okay, so first of all, you should be knowing the list of the graph as per their properties, that for what purpose they are being used. Okay, this is just like you have the different number of wrenches in your toolbox, and the each wrenches cannot be used for every opening every wrench nut bolt. So you have to be particular about that. You have to be knowing about that, which graph you are going to use and what is your purpose. According to your purpose, you will be deciding that which graph is most suitable for your visual analysis. Okay, so let's start here. And the first that I'll be discussing here, that is your let me see what I have to discuss. Column chart. Okay, so before that, first of all, if you have to use the chart, then you can use it. But before, again, if you have to use this chart, you have to select the range. For example, I'm selecting this range. Okay, then after selecting this range, you have the insert button. Can you see? This is the insert button. Click on it. Can you see you have the list of options that you want to work with? Whether you want to work with the column, line, pie, bar, area, scatter plot, each and everything you have here. Okay, say we are trying to work on this column chart. Okay, so let's click on it. Can you see? You can represent in all this form. So let's come up with the 2D column. Yeah, so you can see that you have this column chart. Okay, now my question to let me ask you any particular one. Okay, Gunjan is saying his screen has been stuck. Is it the problem coming with all the people?
No, I can see the
Yes,
bar
sir.
chart.
Huh?
It's
No,
working
it's fine
fine.
for me.
Sorry, can everybody respond in chat? Because might be that the connectivity issue will be at your end. Because
Fine.
otherwise everybody is saying that the thing is coming fine. Yeah, so guys, this is not, you know, I will tell you only one thing, not the connectivity issue can not only be held at my end, sometimes you have to check at your
Yes,
end.
sir. Like if we rejoin, the issue gets resolved once again.
So Gunjan, might be the issue is at your end. Okay. So guys, first of all, see, don't be panic that you just get any issue and you just start to typing in WhatsApp. So this is my request that before might be that the issue is at your end. So first you try to resolve it. Still, if you are not able to do, then you can type message in the chat. Otherwise, you know, I get distracted. Okay, so just leave it. Gunjan, is it okay now? Okay, so let me ask to Paridhi. Paridhi, suppose that this is the data of your sales. The graph that you are showing to your boss, this is the data of your sales. After seeing this chart, what you can infer? Because just typing the data and showing the column chart is not the job of the data analyst or the data scientist. Whatever the result you are seeing, you have to interpret it, you have to make some inferences. So Paridhi, you tell me, after seeing this data, and as I have said to you, this is the data of the sales, what you can infer here? Paridhi, can you hear me? Okay, let me ask to somebody else.
So there has been exponential increase in the growth.
Sorry.
Yes, sir. There has been a consistent exponential increase in the growth.
Okay, good. Yeah. So that means your yeah, month on month the sales has been increased. Yes. Exponentially, let me check. Yeah, exponentially it is growing. So as per the shape of the data. So yes, whenever you'll be seeing the data, you have to try, you have to come up with certain conclusion. Again, I'll tell you, this is not the job of the data scientist or the analyst that whatever data you get, you just visualize them. No, visualization means whatever the graph you are seeing, whatever the data you are seeing, you have to make certain this description about that what you're finding here, so that this finding can be used for as the solution for your business problem that could raise the profit and the sales of your company, of your organization. All right. Let me do one thing. Is it the univariate or the bivariate? Let us examine. Okay, say here I'm just typing one more thing. Okay, so suppose I'm writing here 12, 15, 15, 16, 25, 22, 19, and say 14. Okay. Now, if I just wanted to check that is it univariate or bivariate? So univariate, we are confirmed that column chart was working well. Now let's see how to work with the bivariate, and we will ensure that whether this column chart could be used for the bivariate purpose or not. So again, I'll just go to this insert and click on this column chart. Let's come to this 2D column only. So after seeing this data, can anyone tell me, is it univariate or bivariate? Everybody, can you tell me, is it univariate or bivariate? Paridhi, it's not a bivariate, it's a univariate. Whenever you will have bivariate, let me show you. Whenever you will have the bivariate, at that time, you will have y-axis and you will have x-axis. And in the x-axis, say you will have time, and in the y-axis you will have sales, for example, and you will be having only one bar like this. Yeah, but here if you see, you have two bars. One is representing series 1 and another is representing series 2. If it would have been the bivariate, then what will be happening? Series 1 will be coming, or series 2 will be coming in the x-axis, and the series 2 will be coming at the y-axis. One more thing, whenever we do bivariate analysis, the purpose is to check the dependency. How one column is dependent on another column. For example, if I consider this, then what we are trying to see, how the sales is being done with respect to time. Okay, what is the value of sales with respect to time? Okay, means here the time is independent, and we want to analyze the sales with respect to this time. Means the sales is dependent over time. Okay, so and in nutshell, I can tell you, whenever we want to make comparison between two columns with this one graph, that is called as bivariate. But here you can see that you are having two graphs, so this is not the bivariate. Okay, it is somewhere we are comparing two data. Okay, so this is called as column chart. Guys, you just try by yourself and then tell me. Okay, so what we come to know, that this column chart is the univariate data analysis tool, or this is the univariate graph that we use to work with. Okay, although there are certain charts that we can use for the univariate as well as the bivariate, but yes, I can tell you that this is the univariate only. Now let me do one thing. Let's do one thing. Let me check. Can I create the column chart for this type 1? So I'll just go here, insert, go to this column, then guys, what you can conclude after seeing this graph? This is the I was trying to create the column chart for this type 1. So I just selected this range, went to this insert button, okay, clicked on this column, and then click here. After seeing this graph, what you can conclude, everybody? That basically we are here to see the distribution of the numbers, and this column chart is not, we cannot use for seeing the text data. Okay, we will not be able to see the text data or see the distribution of text data through this column chart. Let me do one thing. Let me select this bar chart, although we'll see them later on. Let me select this bar chart.
Hello, sir.
Yeah.
Sir, my name is Shailendra. Actually, can you tell me this graph, that the grass cross graph, this is looking like a line, but how to the understanding the y-axis, that is 0.0 to 0.1, 0.2, 0.3, what is the value we have to show in the graph, but the value is total is yes, sir.
See, basically, I can tell you this column chart is not used for text visualization. So you can see that here you are not getting any values. Okay, because if you see the frequency of the occurrence of the type, then grass has appeared for 3 times, fire has appeared for 3 times, and water has appeared for 3 times. But the 0.2, 0.4, 0.6, 0.8, and 0.1 is nothing. It is actually, it has created bin. Whenever you will be doing the univariate analysis, first of all, your graph will be creating the bin size. Bin size means it is creating the interval between intervals. So here it has created the interval of 0.2. But what I wanted to tell you, that this column chart is not used for doing visualization of the text data. Same way, if I show the column chart for this total, again I'll just go to this insert and we'll select here. Can you see? Okay, so, and here also you can see that it has started with the 1 till 9, and here the interval is of 1, and here the interval is of 100. This interval is actually called as bin, means whatever you want to create the interval, although we can have our own interval also, that we will see later on in the data analytical part. But here I just wanted to tell you that basically the column chart is used for visualizing the graph through visualizing the number through visualizing. This is the graph that we can use for visualizing the numbers. It is not used for the text data. Okay, so everybody, have you tried with this column chart? Now let me tell you, there are 2 kinds of data. One is called as we have 2 kinds of data. One is called as continuous, another is called as discrete. Anyone, can you tell me what is the difference between this continuous and discrete? What is the difference between continuous data and discrete data?
the continuous data, that means you have to using the equation value one from 0 to 10. For the example, you have to given the value in x-axis and y-axis 0 to 1. All the value to depend upon the function of y. If the y function is depend of x value, so value you have to put in for the 0 to 10, and the value is depend upon the function. A function could be continuous. So we have to point out the center of the all the line between them, and to move from starting to end, that is the continuous. If the discrete, that means that the value is differ for each other, not one with continuous. A value is 0 to 1.
If you have to answer within one line, then how you will describe this continuous and discrete?
Okay, sir. That is continuous signal, that you have to continuous value to input the continuous without any restriction. The continuous signal will depend upon the function. That from
Sir,
1 to 10. That's the main thing.
For describing continuous, you have used 5 times the continuous words.
Yes, sir.
Okay. Gunjan, what is continuous data? Yes, Gunjan. Your voice is not coming. Okay, no issue. Lespita, can you tell me what is continuous data?
I think continuous data is something that can be measured, and discrete data is
Sir?
something that counted.
Rashmita this side.
Yeah, Smita, please.
Sir, it is the data which can take any value.
Good. And discrete?
Yes, sir.
Yes, I agree. And discrete?
Random data is discrete data.
Here I don't disagree. Okay, let me tell you. See, continuous means any date, any number. Any number means if you have, suppose that you have this sales. Okay. Sales value can be anything. It can be represented in a whole number. It can be represented in a decimal number. It can be anything. Okay. But discrete means where you have represented your data within some range. Okay. For example, so in nutshell, I can tell you, continuous means when you represent your data in decimal and it makes sense. And discrete means when you represent your, or you cannot represent your data in decimal, in floating point. For example, if I ask you, let me ask you Rashmita itself. Rashmita, can I say that do you have 2.5 laptop?
2.5? No, sir.
Okay.
Actually, I'm using my cell phone right now, sir. So I do not have a laptop with me.
Okay, no worry.
Actually, I have, but I am at a separate place. I needed to take the class, so I'm taking the phone over the cell phone.
Okay, no issue. Actually, I was taking this example. So can I say you have 2.5 laptop?
Yes, sir.
No, you will never have 2.5 laptop. Either you will have 2 laptop or you will have 3 laptop or 4 laptop.
Okay,
Yeah.
sir, fine. I got your point right now.
Yeah.
We can have two sides, which is 3.5, 4.5, 5.5, right? But not
No.
a laptop. Correct, sir.
Yeah. Okay. For example, height of a person. It can be, or height of a person, it can be 5.4 feet. The weight of a person,
Yes.
it can be 66.5 kg. So this can
Yes,
be
sir, it
represented
can be.
in decimal number. But if you have to represent certain data, the decimal or the floating point will not be working. Okay, and let me tell you why this discrete data is being used. The discrete data is being used, suppose that, as Shalin sir has said, that actually we work on equation. For example, we have the equation like y equals to mx plus c. Obviously, this equation will be working when we will be giving number to this. Until and unless we have the value of the m as number, X in the form of number, C in the form of number, can you determine the value of Y? Obviously not. Okay. So, but in the data, you can see that sometimes we don't have the number only, we can have this text data also. And suppose that the total that you are seeing here, it is somewhere dependent upon the type of the type also. So means this total is equals to M into grass plus M into type 1 plus C. Let me represent this with the equation. So I can say that the total is equals to say M is 1.5, M 1.5 into type 1 plus say 2.46. Can you see here? So here this total is dependent upon the value of the type 1. And if you look at the data, then you can see that the type 1 is actually the text data. So what you will have to do, you have to convert them into numerical one. And my dear friends, whenever we convert our text data into numeric one, they actually get converted into discrete. And this is why sometimes we take this discrete data as categorical also. That is the text data. So what will happen? First of all, you will arrange them in the sorted alphabetically. You will sort them. Okay. And what you can see that first the fire is coming. You will assign fire as 0. Then you are seeing that the grass is coming. You will assign them as 1. You are seeing the water is coming. You will assign them as 2. Okay. So you can see that you have represented your categorical data. You have represented your text data into numeric one, and actually this data is called as discrete data. Okay, you will never represent them into 0.0 or 1.2 or 2.5. You will always represent them into the complete number, and each unique number will be talking about each particular category. So here, since they were as per the alphabetical order, so this is why this 0 will be represented to fire, 1 will be represented to grass, and 2 will be representing to water. Okay, so you can see that this is the discrete number, which is complete in nature. It will never be represented in the decimal. So we have the discrete, that is the data which cannot be represented into decimal. We have continuous, means the data which is represented into the decimal, and it makes sense. And if anyone asks that what is the range of this continuous, then no one can find out the range of the continuous. But yes, discrete range can be found out. It will always be between 0 to 10 or any complete number that you can count. For example, gender, you have maximum 3 range, 0, 1, 2. One is for female, one is for male, and one is for transgender. Isn't whether the person is diabetic or not. Diabetic is status. You will have 0 and 1. Okay. So whenever you represent your data in decimal and it does not make sense, it's a discrete. If it is it can be represented into decimal and it will make sense, it is continuous. So you have to take care that the graph that you are going to use, is it for the continuous data or is it for the discrete data? And why I have discussed this thing, because you have the bar chart. You have the bar chart, and this bar chart is basically used for discrete data or the categorical data. Now let me do one thing. I'll just select this. Yeah. Go to the chart. Click on the bar chart. is there any continuous data? First of all, I'll just show by that. Yeah, so it is not showing, but let me actually what I want to see. Yeah, now can you see here? It will always be taking the complete number. But when we will be talking about the histogram, then yes, histogram is used for the continuous data. So whenever you will be applying the chart, you have to remember that what kind of chart you are going to use. And before applying the chart, you must be knowing about its property, that for what purpose it is being used, and how you can use them. Okay, so for example, we have used this chart, that is the column chart. Let me go to other. Yeah. Okay, so let's come to this. We have the column chart. Is there anything else? No. So we have covered the things. Do you have any question related to this, the sorting, filtering, or the column chart? Any question here? Okay, then let's come to this pie chart. So when we are talking about this pie chart, then what is the pie chart? Anyone? What is this pie chart?
Hello. Sir,
Yeah.
pie chart, that is the difference between the circle format. That means you have to visualization in the circle format and the maximum and minimum value to the different color, yeah, combinations of color. That is the you have to understand, maybe.
Is it univariate or bivariate?
Yes, yes, sir, both.
It is bivariate.
Yes, sir.
Anyone else? Is it univariate or bivariate? Friends, is it univariate or bivariate? Anyone?
I think it's univariate.
Yeah, it's a univariate. It's a univariate because you actually see one column for seeing what is the distribution of data in one column. Okay, and here basically when we talk about this pie chart is usually used to arrange the data as the slices in a circle, and each slices actually talks about the percentage of the coverage of the data. Okay, So for example, and one more thing, if I talk about the type of the pie chart, so let's go to here. We have this pie and the donut chart. So we have two kind of pie chart. One is the pie chart, and the second one is called as this donut chart, this one. So this donut chart and the pie chart, both are being used in the same way. They are actually used to show the distribution of data as the slices of the circle. Okay. So for example, you know that we have this, the type, and this is the generation of the grass. This is the generation of the second generation of the grass. This is the first generation of fire. This is the second generation of the fire. Okay. Now, I just want to see the distribution of, so I can say that this is the the entire data. Now, in the first generation, what is the coverage of the grass, what is the coverage of the fire, what is the coverage of the water, and what is the coverage of the bug? We want to analyze it. So how can you do that? You just basically, with respect to this, you want to see this one. So actually you want to see the coverage of the type. So just go to this pie chart, click on this. So you can see here that this is the pie chart of your type, isn't? Now, after seeing this data, can anyone tell me which type is having maximum coverage in the first generation?
So water.
Water. Okay. And here this water is what is shown here, and you can see that it is having 45% of the coverage. Yeah. So these are the values of the generation, and if you want to add it, then you just click data, and here you can add labels. Since I have used it, you just go here, do right click, you have add data labels, you just click on it, you can add the data label. Okay, so yeah, now after seeing this pie chart, you can easily tell me that the water is having the maximum coverage as the generation one, or I can say that the water is having maximum proportion, or you can see that it is having 45% coverage in the whole distribution. Okay. Now, if I talk about this donut chart, then again, what you will be doing, you will just select this one, go to insert, go to this donut chart, click on it. Yeah. So you can see same thing, but you can see same thing. And here I can say that this donut chart is actually arranging the data as slices in the circle with hollow center. Yeah. It is represented the data into the hollow center. So it is just like the pie chart, but having some different property like this. Okay. And here also you can see that this water is having the maximum proportion. But the beauty is that even you can do one more thing. Let me show you. Just go to insert, go to this donut. Can you see here? What is that? Anyone? So basically you have, okay, yeah, let me select this one. So what is this, everyone?
Please
This
repeat the question once
Count
again.
of generation 1.
okay, actually what I did here, I just selected all the columns, went to insert, went to this, clicked on this donut. This is the graph. What does it mean? So basically we have used here donut, which is counting the number of the type generation wise. So after seeing this donut chart, what you can conclude?
This is showing the comparison between both column B and column C. Count of
I think
generation 1 and generation 2.
this is no, it is not doing comparison. Even I can tell you that this is showing the distribution of the type with respect to, or I can say that it is having two donuts. So each donut is actually telling about the number of count of the type generation wise. For example, if you just select this first inner circle, I have just on it. Can you see? So what I can tell you here, that this is somewhere, this for inner donut is actually showing us the number of count of each type. And if I select the second one, so yes, you can see that it is talking about the count of each type of generation 2. So yes, even you can see the multiple distribution with one donut chart. And let us see that can we do this with the pie chart also. So we have just selected this, go to the insert, clicked on the pie. Yeah. Can you see this? We are selecting all the columns, putting insert, going to pie chart. Can you see it is showing us only the first column? It is not able to show the two column at one go. Is it? So if you want to see all the distribution, if you want to do the univariate analysis of all the column in one go, you can use donut chart. And I can tell you, if you use the donut chart, so if you select only one column, then it is somewhere the 2D pie chart. But when you select all the columns and then just show the donut chart, then it becomes the donut chart, not the pie chart. So with single column, your donut chart is also, you can say it's a pie chart. But if you are selecting multiple column at that time, the donut chart becomes different, and then its existence come into picture, and it is the donut chart. All right. Now, if you want to see label or the hue, so you have a lot of option that you can select depending upon your choice. You have the color shades also. So whichever looks appealing to you, you can select them. You can use them for the representation of your data. Okay, and let me tell you, when you go into the data visualization, then the color code also matters. So that's why even people come up with some color code that, okay, I'll be using this color code to show this one, this color code to this one. So You will come to know when you will be learning the Tableau or the Power BI, whichever is in your syllabus. You will come to know that. Okay. So yeah, this is the pie chart and the donut chart that we have used here.
Yeah, I
Any
have one
questions so far?
question. Yeah.
Yeah, please.
So is it something that we can say a donut chart that you're using? Can we say that it's a bivariate representation also?
May I know your name? Actually, I'm not able to see who is speaking.
Ragini this side, sir.
Rajni, no. See, again, you have to understand what is this bivariate. Basically, bivariate is whenever you do comparison between two columns. First thing. Second thing,
Okay.
actually, the bivariate is where one column is dependent on another column. That is actual meaning of bivariate. But otherwise, we can say also that we have two columns and we are comparing them. Here you are not doing comparison in between them. You are showing their distribution differently. Let me tell you again. Can you see? This inner circle is representing count generation 1. This outer circle is representing count generation 2. So you are
Right.
not doing comparison. Actually, you are showing their distribution. When you will be doing comparison, then when you will be doing comparison with a single chart. I'll show you, and I think I'll get time to show you in this session itself that what is the bivariate. Right now we are working on the univariate where we are not doing comparison.
Okay.
Let me
Understood,
stop.
sir.
Let me end your curiosity. Just wait.
Okay.
Can you see here?
So,
So here basically you can see there is only one chart, isn't? So whenever you
right.
have only one chart and you are containing both the columns, that is the bivariate. When you are using two chart and each chart is representing each distribution, then that will not be the bivariate. Okay, dear. So when bivariate means you have single chart, and in the single chart you have both the columns. One will be used at one axis and another will be used at another axis. Okay, so
Okay.
we will discuss them, and in the Python we will in the data science or the analytics we will have the thorough section for this. Okay, so this is the pie chart and the donut chart. All right, and after that, let's see all other chart also. Okay, so if you look at here, what kind of chart we have? We have the line chart, we have the pie chart, we have the bar chart, we have the area chart. Guys, the purpose of all the chart is same, that you have to do some visualization, and after seeing the visualization you have to make certain conclusion. Okay, so for example, let me select this. All right, and let me create this line chart. Okay, now let me select the both and create this line chart. Yeah, can you see here? And my dear friends, let me tell you, the line chart is basically used whenever you have the time series data. Do you know what is this time series data, everyone?
The x-axis will be time.
Yeah, with respect to time, actually, we want to see. But usually we use this line chart for doing the time series analysis. That doesn't mean that it cannot use for other than time series. This line chart is always used whenever you have the continuous data. Okay, for the continuous data, and one thing, what actually it does, so basically you have this X and you have this Y. With respect to X and Y, suppose that you have one circle here. The line chart is used to connect all the dot and it makes a continuous line. Okay, so the plot that this I'm showing here, it's actually a dot plot where basically you just show your point. Okay, and when you connect them, it becomes your line chart. Okay, so again, when we'll be seeing the data as per our requirement, then we'll be discussing. So let me show you here. Guys, hold on for 1 minute. When you are seeing this data, okay, after seeing this line chart, suppose that this is not the type, this is the sales quarter wise, means this is the quarter 1, this is the quarter 2, this is the quarter 3, this is the quarter 4. Okay, and this is the line chart of this. I think now you people have okay. So guys, is my voice breaking? Anyone please confirm? Is my voice breaking?
No, sir.
Okay. So friends, if you see this and suppose this grass, fire, water is nothing, it's a quarter data. It's a quarter wise data, and this is the sale of company 1. The blue line is representing the sale of company 1, and the red line is doing the sales of company 2. So what you can do conclusion here? What kind of conclusion you may have? Yeah, everybody, please tell me. This is the data of the two company of the same owner, and the x-axis is representing the quarter sales of these two companies. Then after seeing this data, what could be your conclusion? Anyone? Okay, let me ask two particularly. Manas, can you hear me? Okay, Paridhi? Yeah, Manas. After seeing this data, what is your conclusion? What is your inferences?
So
Can I see? Yeah, Manas. You please go ahead.
no, you please go ahead. Go ahead. You're telling something.
Yeah. See, somewhere both the companies' business is running well in the quarter 2. Okay, and they are in the takeoff stage, and they are really very working well in between the quarter 2 and quarter 3, isn't? And that is why you can see a highest growth in the quarter 3, isn't? But after quarter 3, can you see the downfall in both the companies? One thing. Second thing, doing business with company 2. This I'm talking about this maroon color. Doing business with company 2 is more risky in comparison to with company 1. Although both are having downfall after quarter 3, or you can say that both are incurring loss in quarter 4, but still doing business with company 2 is more risky. It is having more ups and downs with this in comparison to company 1. So either we will have to revise our policy, or we'll have to see why this kind of thing is happening. We'll have to look into the market, whether is there any particular problem is coming. Maybe that after quarter 3, the lockdown has come up. That's why the sales has been fallen down. So data will be same, graph will be same. Multiple person will have their own view, but we'll have to focus, we'll have to keep our eyes with respect to the business problem, with respect to the problem statement. Is it clear, everyone? Manas, I hope you have understood whatever I'm saying. Any questions so far? Okay. After that, we have this area chart, or let me do one thing. Yeah, we have this area chart. So area chart is same. You can say that the area chart is being used to whatever the line has covered, it is actually filling those spaces. So it can be analyzed in the same way that you use, but you should be knowing what kind of chart we have. Second, another is this is scatter chart. Yeah, so we have seen. Okay, so these are the different charts we have, and the purpose of this chart is to see your data, to visualize your data, and to make certain conclusion, to make certain inferences, and this inferences somewhere might be used for revising your business policies or making some conclusion about the result. Okay, so we have covered this pie chart, we have covered this donut. Now we'll be coming to this table. Okay, again, this is the table that we have. So what is this table? Table, you know that whenever you represent your data into rows and columns, that is called as table. So whenever you have to create your structural data, whenever you have to create your structured data, that you use table. So friends, one new words came into existence, that is your structured and unstructured data. So can anyone tell me what is this structured data and what is this unstructured data?
Structured data, maybe the data which we give a proper presentation, the creativity and everything
Anyone?
has been given. Hello?
Why you people are being so silent? Sorry.
Hello?
Yeah.
My voice is coming?
So what is this structure? Yeah. Your voice is coming properly. Yeah.
Okay. So I was just
So
trying
what
to
is this
answer the
structured and
question.
unstructured data?
Yeah, the structured data would be something where we
Please go ahead.
make the entire data at one place, the creativity and all presentation properly, we do it at one place. And after seeing that data, the person, the raw layman person can understand what exactly we are going to represent. And unstructured data, maybe the raw data, which is still to be made into some creativity and all presentation needs to be done.
Okay. See, Ragini.
Structured data is data basically arranged in a proper formatted way, so that if any data in future that could be added to that repository, then it will be in the same format. So basically, if a data has been made in a table format, so tomorrow if you're adding anything to that, so if any formulas or macros you have already added, so that will all automatically get populated over there.
Perfect, Manas. Perfect. Okay, let me tell you in my words, otherwise Manas has explained each and everything. See, basically, let's take it into this way. You have the raw data. Okay. And if your raw data can easily be converted into tabular form, we say that this is the structured data, to be very frank. So the data which can be easily represented into tabular form without doing any effort, that is called as structured data. For example, you have XML file, you have the JSON file, you have the CSV file. They are being easily represented into tabular form. The structured data. But unstructured data means the raw data that you have in your hand, and until unless you are doing certain processing, you are putting certain effort, you cannot convert them into tabular form. That is called as unstructured data. And the examples of the unstructured data is you have text data, you have the audio data, you have the video. So they are the unstructured data. And my dear friends, whenever you have to make analysis, you have to do certain data analysis. The data could be analyzed if and only if the data is in structured form. And unfortunately, 80% of data that we get from the market or get from the world, that is unstructured data. Only 2% data is present, which is in structured form. So what we'll have to do, we'll have to convert them into structured form first. Suppose that if I take an example of video. So you know that this is the video, and we have to do video analytics. We have to analyze this video. So what we'll have to do? First of all, as per the thumb rule, Until unless this video will be in structured form, we cannot do analysis. In structured form means, first of all, you have to convert this into the tabular form, and then you will be doing your analysis. So, you know what is the video? Video is actually the collection of images which are coming as per their sequences. So first of all, you will be converting this video into images, the sequence of images. And what are the images? Images are actually collection of the pixels. So those images will be converted into pixels. And what are the pixels? They are actually the XY axis values. So now you are getting the tabular data. That is the pixel value. And then you will be doing analysis on this pixel value, and whatever you will come out, that will actually the analytic result of this video. Everyone, do you get my point? Is it clear?
Yes, it's clear.
So we have the structured data, we have the unstructured data. So here we have started with the structured data, and that is the table. So I can tell you that the table is the structured data. So before entering into this table, let us take the 33. Okay, let us take the 12-minute break, and will be coming back at 4:45. All right. Hi everyone, let's come back. Everyone, please mark your presence. Please respond in chat that you all are here. Okay, so thank you everyone. So this is the data that we have. Right now, I'll tell them as a range. Okay, so these are the ranges. You can convert this into table. And if you have to convert this into table, yes, first of all, you have to fix this boundary. Yeah, I have done this boundary. Now they are somewhere looking to the table. Although earlier also they were the table, right now also, but let me tell you, actually they are the ranges. And I have fixed up the boundary of the ranges. Okay, and whenever you have the table, your table will always be allowing you to work with the sort and filter. Then you can work with the formatting of the table. And even you can work with the autofilling. So these are the three properties that a table possesses, and whenever you are working with a table, you can achieve these properties. You can work with these properties. For example, even you know that this is the table, so you can apply here the filter. Again, if you have to apply filter, so what you will do, you will just select the range and go onto the filter, click on the filter. You have the option and you can apply the filter. And you know that the filtering is always done. First of all, you sort the data, and then filter works. Okay. Although explicitly you don't do the sorting, filter itself take care of it. But yes, first of all, the sorting is done, and then after filter takes place. Now, suppose if you want to create the table, then how you will do that? Just select the ranges. Okay, you have the insert button. In this insert, you have the table. Okay, can you see here? So the ranges that you had, it has been converted into table. If you want to give the name of it, you can provide here the name. Say let me write as employee. Yeah. So yes. So this is the name of the table. So you can see that you have the range. Now you have converted them into the table. Okay, and then this is the table. One more thing you can do, you have the design option in this table. Let me go to another sheet. So when you go to this insert, you have the table. So I don't want this reference. Okay, reference is not valid. But even you can do one thing. You have the table design option also. So first of all, you'll have to go to this home, and here you will have somewhere the table design option. Let me check. Can you see anywhere? This is to view. No. Actually, I just wanted to show you how to design the table. Might be personal problem is there. Okay. Yeah. Can you see? Why it is not coming here? Okay. So whenever you have to go to the table design, means you want to customize your table. How you can do that? First of all, you just select the cell. Okay. After selecting cell, you can see that option. Okay. Now just go to this design option. Isn't? After seeing this design option, you will see here the different option that you can see. First, you can rename the table, you can resize the table. You have the option to remove duplicates. So header row, if you untake it, can you see header is not coming? So that means when you have created your table, then you can customize it. You can customize it, and customize means you can change the look and feel of the data. You can come up with the data, come up with the table into new form. New form means you have made certain changes. And what kind of changes? So for example, you can resize your table. Yeah. Okay. Another thing, you can just remove the duplicates. You will convert it into range. Can you see? So you have converted them into the range. Okay. Then you can do some formatting also. So each and everything you can perform here, working with the table. So for example, if you want to resize your table, so how you will resize them? Just select the range first. Suppose you have selected it. Okay. And then in your design, you have the resize option. Yeah. So you can just click on this resize table, or is there any other way? No. So you have this resize option. Okay. And after that, you have this range option isn't. So suppose you want to resize it, and here the things are coming from A1 till F22. Okay, let me do one thing. I'll be just writing here D. Okay, and let me quick open. So here basically I'm just doing resize of it. What is not doing? Okay, let me, only F22 was there, no? Yeah, so this is the F22. Now if you want to resize it, then just go to this resize table, say it is not working. Let me do one thing, then resize table, say from starting with the is from A1, header is there. Then I select D22, for example. Why is no, although this is the matter, but why it is not resizing, I'll have to look into it. But yes, this is the process is same. You just have to go to here and just select the new data range, and here you can use the new data range and it will be working. All right, or you can do one thing. You just one resizing is just select this, or you can just like this. This is one of the option. Okay, and the another option is just select all the data and go to this design option, and you can resize the table. You have to check why this is not working. No, this is customizable. You can work in any way. Guys, you just after session you try by yourself also. Might be any version error. Is there anything? This because of that it is not working. But this is the same. This is the process that we do actually. So yeah, in this way we can actually resize them, and even if you have to select the column, then also in the same way you can do that. You can see, so you can customize your table as per your requirement. Okay, and not only this, even you can sort your data from A to Z, say. So you have sorted your data with respect to this name column. So means whatever the thing that you can do in the ranges, say that thing you can easily do in your table, as well as after not only this, you can do whatever the customization is allowed in the table. So whatever the option is available in the range, that is for you, as well as the options that are given here, this also you can use for your purpose. Okay, so for example, we have seen how to sort them. All right, And even you can increase the number of columns. How? Let's go there. We don't want to paste it, but yes, from here you just I'll have to see. So basically, this designing means you just can make certain customization, okay, from this table. So these are the options that you have that you can work with. All right. So after this table, suppose yeah, you have the data which is you have the what to say, yes, you have the duplicate data in this column, isn't? So you have the option of removing the duplicates, and suppose you are selecting this option from this range to, say you are talking about this D1. Okay, now you are just trying to remove the duplicate data. So whenever you will be removing the duplicate data, what will happen? The first will be shown, and other, when it will be repeated, they will be removed. So yes, you have this remove duplicate option. Click on it. Yeah, and it is asking, are you talking about all the columns, or you want to select from it? Let's apply for the all the column first. So yes, it is saying that no column is found duplicates, because all are having the different data. Now let's say we are selecting again all the ranges, and then okay, for example, say we are talking about this HP. All right, we are just we will be for this HP. Okay, can you see all the duplicate data has been removed? Now you have only the unique data. So you can remove the duplicate data from your table or from the column. Now you might have the question that here you have this water which is coming for multiple times, then why it has not removed duplicate? My dear friends, actually it works on the row wise. So when you will be selecting the entire range, for example, you're selecting till attack column. So when you will be talking about the removing duplicates, duplicates means all the values of the row will be similar to another row. For example, say here this is the weeping grass poison, this one is there, and what I'm doing here, I'll be just copying here also. Okay, then this will be again for, say, here. Okay, now you can see that this particular row is coming for 3 times, and when you will be applying your remove duplicates, what will happen? Only one row will be shown and another 2 will be removed, because the value in each column in these row are same. So when you are talking about the entire range, then the value will be matched row wise. So again, let me go to this design. It should come up. Okay. Say I'm selecting this. Yeah. So all the columns are coming till here. Let me put OK. Can you see this? This is coming for only one time. Other has been removed. Now the question arises why these two additionals are coming, because we have selected till SP only. We have not selected this attack and defense. Okay, so in your free time, you can try with the options, or if you want to check, let's wait for the 5 minutes and everybody just try, or let's wait for 2 minutes only. Everybody just try with the removing duplicates. So even when you'll be okay, so even it depends upon the selection. So suppose you're selecting all the columns. All right, so this is one of the options that we do in this removing duplicates. Now, suppose if you want to again convert this table into range, so how you will do that? If you want to convert your table into range, then you can do one thing. You just select the range, okay, and then go to design. Here you can see that you have the option of convert to range. So you just click on this, it will be converted into range. Can you see? So you can do that. You can convert the table into a normal range, and yes, it has been converted into the normal range. Yeah. So yes, all are converted into normal range. Again, if you want to convert them into table, then yes, go and insert table. They have been converted into table. Now again, you can customize them. All right, everyone. Now, you know that when we are talking about the customization, then we can put certain style over here also. And why do we put style to the table? Because somewhere we want to change the appearance of the table so that this table could be easier to read and understand, and it will be looking better. So just to do that, we do this. Now, if you want to apply this, apply the style on this, then what you can do, you just select your table. Can you see here? You have this design option, style option. So you can go with other design option also. Okay, and here Can you see this much of the style option you have? You have the dark option, you have the light option, you have the medium option. So for example, you just go here. So you can see. So whichever style you want to use, you can use them. All right. So this is the table style that we have. You can apply them into your table. Okay. Suppose I'm selecting this, going to my design option. Yeah. And then you can select any option. Okay. So it is not working. Although it should work. Yeah, but why it is not selecting the color? Yeah. So in this way, actually, you can apply the style to your table. Although it is, just wait for a minute. I'll just close my WhatsApp. All right, friends, for example, here you have inserted this table. Okay, then you are just selecting the range, and you can see that you are applying these styles. Okay, this style could be light, medium, or anything. So it is up to you, whichever style you want to give, you can give here. You have the certain formats, you can select from there. Okay, now not this only, you can do certain conditional formatting also. Okay, you can do the conditional formatting. So let me check. Do we have any table for this, or okay, no issue. So suppose that I just want to format the price only. So what I'll do, I'll just select this. Yeah, but first of all, it should be converted into table. So I've just converted it into a table. Okay, then after, I'll just select this one only. Can you see? So just select this. Okay, we'll have the conditional. Yeah, this is the conditional formatting option. Click on it, and then you can see that you have the several option here. Since I want to change the color of this only, so I'll just click on this color scale. Yeah, you can select any of the color from here. So you can see that you have just applied your color option to the price column only, and this is called as conditional formatting. So conditional formatting you can apply on your table. And again, I'll tell you, whenever you have to apply the conditional formatting, first of all, you'll have to select the range. For example, let's talk about the amount. You have to select the range, then you will have this conditional formatting option. Click on it, and here you are having several options. So first of all, you have applied with the color scales. Okay. And you saw that they have been changed. Okay. Now, another, let's say data bars. Can you see? So what exactly you are showing here? As per the values of the amount, your bar size will be increasing or decreasing. Can you see here? Let me increase the font size. Let's go to here, go to conditional formatting. Let's see this data bar. So any color you can use here. Okay. So can you see, as per the value, you have the color of the sorry, as per the value you have the bar size, isn't? Okay. Not only this, even you can apply certain rules also. And why this rule will be used? It, as per this rule, your cell will be highlighted. For example, when you select this range, or let me select this price itself, go to conditional formatting. Here you have this highlight cell rules, where you have several options that you can go with. For example, greater than. Yeah. So here you just have to find out all those cells which are having, say, value greater than say 2500. Okay. So although the color is already applied here, let me do one thing. Let me go to here, and although you can see that the color of this 2600 has been changed. Yeah. What we will do here, we will highlight all those values which are more than 22. So how many values are there? This is 22, more than 22, 24, 20, 27, 30. So greater than, I am putting here 22. Can you see? And then you have the option of it. So for example, all those values which are greater than 21, what we will do, we will just use this light red fill or yellow fill with dark yellow text. Can you see? So all those values which were greater than 22, they are coming up, and these are the values which are highlighted through other color. And not only this, same way you can have the less than option in the conditional formatting. Okay, and say less than, and then again you can choose the another color. For example, green color you are using here, and less than what? Less than 22 again. So you can see that less than 22 you have three values, 15, 8 and 18. Okay, so in this way you can do that. For example, let's again, I'm selecting this price and applying the conditional formatting, and now I'll be applying this between, and in this between I'll say I just want to highlight all those values which are between 1000 to 1230. So 1000, then we have this 1230. And the color that I'll be using here, say again, I'll be using it's a custom format. Either you can do custom format, and here I'll be using this one. Can you see? So these are the data which are between the 1000 and 1230. So in this way, you can try with the multiple conditional formatting. Okay, so we have seen the greater than, we have seen the less than, we have seen the, you know, even suppose we want to highlight the data equals to, okay, now let me check, is it applicable here? Apple, and the color I will be using here, the red one. Can you see? It has been highlighted. Or we can do one thing. Let me write here also Apple. Okay, and here also Apple. Can you see their color has been changed now? Because we have applied the conditional formatting here. Now, usually this less than, higher than, equals to, we actually use for the numerical data. Although equal to can be used for the text data also. Another thing is that suppose I'm just going to here, okay, and then applying this conditional formatting for the text that contains. Okay, suppose instead of peer, let me type here OR only. No. Yeah, orange. Okay, and here the color that I'll be using, again the custom format. Can you see? So yes, we have several custom format option that that you can use, and this is the conditional formatting, and that you can use for the table to show certain values. Okay, second thing is that, can you see we have certain duplicate values here, 1200, 1200. Again, I'll be selecting this price column, go to this conditional formatting, and here it is for duplicate values. Then I'll be just using for them say yellow. Okay, can you see it is highlighting the duplicate values? So friends, what you have to do, you will have to come up with certain color codes. Color codes means, for example, in your table, because when you'll be working on the analysis, might be only one table will not be there, it will have multiple tables. Let's say you have only one table only, and in that table, you know that you will have multiple columns. So what you will be doing there, you will be deciding certain color codes, that yes, if this color code I'll be using for showing the duplicate value, this I'll be using to show the color code in between, this I'll be using wherever I have to show the higher than rules. So what will happen then, you will just seeing the table and you will be analyzing just because of the color codes. So this is why always been suggested that while choosing the color codes, you should have certain you should have certain description about the colors. Okay, so, and not only this, you have the top bottom rules also. Okay, for example, say you are selecting all the columns and then you are saying top 10 items. Can you see? So in each column, it is selecting their top 10 item. So what I'll suggest you just explore each and every conditional formatting here. Okay, and not only this, suppose you are into this defense and you are going to the conditional formatting. In the top bottom rules, you have the bottom 10 items. Yeah, just show them with the another color. Let's say green. Can you see? So these are the bottom. Now you can say that you have selected only 10 and why these values are coming. So they are just because of certain duplicate values might have. Just because of the duplicate value, it is showing more than 10. Otherwise, it is selecting the top 10 values or bottom 10 values only. Okay, so in this conditional formatting, you have multiple options. For example, say you're talking about top 10%. Yeah, and here the color coding scheme that you are using. Okay, let's do one thing. A red border only. Can you see? So the top 10% they have represented through red border. So in this way, you can apply certain conditional formatting to your table as per the data you have. You can apply them. Okay, and okay, so not only this, suppose that in this SP, I'm just going here. If you want an average. Okay, so let me do one thing. First of all, I just go to here. So can you see here the average value here is 62.7143. Now what I'll do, I'll just highlight all those cells which are having the average values higher than above average. Okay, and then here I'm just using, say, custom format, and I'll be using this one. Okay, so can you see these are the values which are higher than average, and same way what we will do, we will just select all the values which are lower than average in this cell. So let me check what is the average value of it. It's a 77.14. So I'll highlight all those values which are less than 77. Went to this conditional formatting. Yeah, top bottom rules, below average. Okay, and here I'll again use this custom sort, and I'll be using this purple. So can you see these are the data which are having the color code, and they are the below average. So in this way you can go with the top 10 rules that is called as actually in this conditional formatting. And not only this, you have more rules that you can select from here. Okay, and then let's go to this conditional formatting. When you go to here, you can see that these are the bar that you can either apply. Why it is not shown? Because the color you have chosen is matching with the cell color. So can you see? So even if you want to show the distribution in their range or in their comparison factor, then you can use them. All right. So yes, these are the different values that you are showing through the data bars, isn't it? Okay, now, so this is the data bar that you actually work with. And then after, let me see. Color scale we have worked upon. Okay, now we have this icon sets. Can you see? These are the certain icon set. Now, first of all, let me use any icon set. For example, I'm just using this green one. What does it mean, everyone? And not only this, you can use certain shapes also. So yes, you can use certain icons, and here can you see it has made certain relative reference. It has made certain relative reference that which are lower values, or which are the upper values, which are near to the average. So let me go to here. So in this way, basically, you can use the icon set. Okay. So basically, if you see, you have three color. One is red, one is yellow, and one is green, as well as you are using the three different directions. Guys, basically, these directions are telling you about the lower value, telling you about the middle value, and telling you about the higher value. Okay, and not only this icon, as I have said to you, you can use any icon. So you have the icon set, you can use the traffic light, you can use this pie chart or the things. So the fact is that you will have to use the arrow through which also you can show the distribution that yes, my dear friend, this is the higher values, this is the middle values, and this is the lower value this data represents. So in this way, you can use your icon set. Now we have this manage rules. Okay, here you can see whatever rules you have applied, they are here. You can if you talk about the manage, then you can use this manage rules to create your own rule, and that is new rule, or you can edit rules. So both the option you have, as well as you can see that you have the delete rule also. So whatever rule you have applied to your table, that is shown here. Now it's up to you. Whatever the changes that you want to do, you can do that. Or if you want to delete any rule, you can do that also. Okay, so for example, say, let me check what rule I have applied. Let's say I just want to remove this top 10. Okay, so what I'll do here, so I'll just select this delete rule. Yeah, so we have deleted this. Okay, now not only this, if I want to change any rule, for example, say I just am here, I just want to edit it. Yeah, so I can edit here from the format. Okay, so you have several options that you can do here. You can apply several options, and the fact is that why do you do this? Might be you want to change the color code, or you want to come up with certain changes in the rules, or you want to apply your new rules. So new rules means whenever you will have the lowest value, your preview color will be not this. Say that you are applying this color, that will be your by default color. Yeah, and you have several rule type here. So you can come up with your own rule, or you can edit rule, you can delete rule, and this is come to your manage rules. Yeah, so, and if you don't apply to any rule here, so just go to here, clear rule from this table. Yes, all the rule has been cleared. But the fact is that whenever you have the data, whenever you have the table, and if you want to present them, if you want to show certain things over there, yes, you can use certain conditional formatting. And my dear friends, if you are working in organization, let me tell you frankly, this conditional formatting is really very, very important to make your data more presentable, so that when you are showing this data to your teammates, they could easily understand what has happened in your table. So you just have to apply this in your table and all. Okay, now let me check another agenda of this session. So we have covered with this pie chart, we have covered this table. Now let's come up to this pivot table. Okay. But before this, do you have any questions so far?
I have one question, sir. Ragini this side again.
Yeah,
In that icon set tab, if you can just go there once.
yeah. Okay. Let me do one thing.
Conditional formatting icon set. Yeah, the one which is showing two yellows. The
Sorry,
up yellow and down yellow.
which one?
Fifth option.
In
Icon
okay,
set fifth option.
1,
Down,
2,
down. Yes.
3,
3, 4, 5. Yes.
this
Two
one.
yellows are
Huh?
shown. What does this indicate?
Okay, let me see first. Let me call the average of it. It's 62 is average, no? See, either you will have the middle value, or you will have the lower value, or you will have the higher value, isn't it? Whenever you will be seeing two middle value, one is approaching towards higher and one is approaching towards lower, then you have this kind of icon set. So the higher or the lower, that is okay. But whenever you will have the middle value and you want to segregate them, that which middle value is approaching to higher and which one is approaching to lower, then you will have to use this icon set. But usually we don't get this. And to be very frank, instead of this, we always come up with the three only, the lower, higher, and middle. Otherwise, but yes, if you want to make your data more clear, you can come up with this icon set. I hope I have answered your question, Ragini.
Yes, sir. Yes, sir.
Okay. Then
Thank
after, let's come up to this pivot table, or I think it will take time. What are the agendas we have? Okay, let's do one thing. This pivot table and this match function and VLOOKUP we will cover in the next week. All right, guys? Because I just want to take certain references to explain this, and it will be taking some time. Before explaining them, I just create certain background, so it will take certain time, and after that, the time will get over. So that's why we'll do one thing. We'll stop here, and let's meet on Saturday, and we'll cover the rest of the part. And friends, this is the thing that we have covered today. So let me summarize it. We have come up with, we have seen this filtering part, we have sorting, we have seen the column chart, even we have seen the several chart in detail. After that, we have seen this table in detailed form. Now, in next week, we will try to cover this pivot table, match function, and VLOOKUP. Okay, before that, let me ask to you guys, okay, how many of you are aware of the programming languages? Just mark +1 in the chat who knows any programming language. Just mark -1 who don't know any programming language in the chat. I'm waiting for your response. Okay. Yeah, see, because in your syllabus in Excel there is a VBA. Okay, there is a VBA. Very frankly, programming language, covering this VBA will be having some trouble. Okay, so what I'll do, you can see I'm just highlighting this. And that's why I was just asking, because until and unless you are not aware of any programming languages, you will not understand at this moment, because only one session is given to me to explain this VBA. So what we will do, we will just skip this VBA right now. First of all, we'll cover this Python, and then we will come back to this VBA. I'm not saying that first of all we'll cover the entire syllabus and then we'll come back to here. No, we will cover first this Python part. After Python, we'll come back to this VBA, so that you will be knowing about the control structure, you will be knowing about the conditional statement and all. So we'll cover them first, so that if I'm saying that, okay, here we have used the conditional statement, and this kind we write the conditional statement here. So at that time, I'm not required to explain you what is the conditional statement, how do we write them, because here within the 3 hours covering all the programming syntax and rules is not possible until and unless you are already aware of. Okay, so first of all, we'll cover this Python part, and then we'll take one session to discuss this VBA, and then we'll come up to this data science syllabus. All right, everyone. So let's stop here. Thank you, everyone. Thank you so much. Bye-bye. Take care. If you have any questions, then you can ask. Otherwise, I'm just going to end this meeting. Okay, thank you, everyone. Thank you so much. Bye-bye. Take care.